Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we've got another Prize Picks video for you. We are going to be talking about the January 4th NBA slate on Thursday. Not a whole lot to be excited about, to be honest. Just a two-game slate, one that is supposed to be a blowout, most likely a blowout, unless maybe the Spurs just surprise us. But yeah, we were hoping to get you 6 plays, but honestly, we were even getting this video out late because there's just been nothing on the board all day. So we ended up going with 4 because we didn't want to just force 6 plays on a board like this just to get 6 out. So we're giving you 4, and I don't know, it just seems like a good day to kind of go light. And we have an awesome Flex Friday tomorrow. So yeah, we are going to do our recap here before we get into these plays. But before we start the recap, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. They're going to match whatever you put on. So if you do deposit the whole 100, you'll get $200 to play with. If you just use our code at the bottom of the screen, they'll hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, welcome, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We run a lot of different types of shows. We usually run a late night show and a daily show. This is just kind of a weird board today, so it's a little bit different. But if you are subscribed, you'll be notified. Well, if you have your notifications on too, you'll be notified as soon as we put our videos out. A lot of these plays end up moving on us or getting removed shortly after we put the video out in some cases. So yeah, you'll be notified and you'll be able to jump on these plays if you like what you see, if you end up wanting to go with what we're going with. Cool. So let's get into this recap. Oh, and also, if you guys don't mind doing us a favor and liking the video, that's been a huge help. You guys have been killing it, and our channel is growing fast thanks to you. We really appreciate it. And yeah, if you don't mind liking the video, that'd be awesome. All right, now it's time for shame. on my side especially. So in the night video for January 3rd, I took Nurkic to go over 13.5 rebounds and assists. He went for a combined 7. This was a double pain for me. I mean, the Suns were kind of rallying back towards the end there, but man, the Clippers just could not miss. And I think that that played into Nurk and Zubats, because I mean, like, they were just hitting every shot, contested or not. It was really frustrating. They put up like 70 in the first half. But so yeah, Nurk didn't hit. Brook Lopez, he decided to take a night off of blocking, and he went for 0. The leading shot blocker in the NBA, who just went for 4 against this same team. He went for 0, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. These types of plays are a little bit riskier when you're just limited to like one very specific, stat that happens a few times a game if you're even very active like Brook. So that's why we always say, if you're not into a play, fade it. I saw someone else mention that they liked Brook's rebounds, and it was a good night to take his rebounds. I think they got it early at like 4.5, and he cashed that. So yeah, always make sure that you're going with your gut. We're just showing you what we're getting into. But yeah, my 2 plays ended up, it was not a good night for me. What about you, Jordy?
Yeah, so in the night recap, I had taken Kawhi Leonard's PRA for over 34.5, and he went for 41. The Clippers were just on it when it came to scoring this night. They couldn't, like you said, they couldn't miss. So it was a good night for Kawhi's PRA. I had a good feeling about the matchup for the Clippers side, just because I thought, they would win that game. They're trying to win every what feels like statement game right now because they're hot right now. So it's a good time for the Clippers scoring props. And then I took Bam Adebayo's rebounds and assists for over 14.5. He came so close. He had plenty of opportunities to get this done. He went for 12, so he just missed on this one, but he should have had this one done. There's a couple opportunities, like they gave Kevin Love and Dean Wade like way too much playing time, and they stole like 6 rebounds from him that I watched, where they were just ripping it away from him. So that was a little frustrating, but yeah, he should have had this one. So that was just an unfortunate night for Bam, but those are my 2.
Cool. Now on to the next chapter of heartbreak for me. In the day show, I took Grayson Allen over 24.5 fantasy score, Valanciunas over 1.5 blocks and steals, and Pascal Siakam over 39.5 fantasy score. Grayson Allen actually cashed this, and then right at the end of the game got a turnover. He just barely was over the mark, so we took him for over 24.5 fantasy score, and he ended with 24.3. So we missed it by 0.2 because of the turnover. And then Valanciunas, he really didn't have to play much, honestly. I had mentioned, and I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back, I'm just saying like, we're watching these games and the Pelicans, people are sleeping on them. Like I had mentioned that I thought that that was ridiculous that there was a 7-point spread favoring Minnesota. People were saying like, well, it's because they're at home and you know, the Pelicans are coming off a back-to-back. And I'm just like, yeah, but I mean, they didn't have to play much. The starters didn't have to play much the night before. They ended up just dominating this game again. And they were up by 20 for like the whole game and just destroyed Minnesota in Minnesota. So I think Valanciunas ended up playing a total of like 20-ish minutes. And every other starter had, I think one other starter had 1 steal, and then everybody else in the starting lineup had at least 2 in the blocks and steals section. So they really just didn't need him, to be honest. So they ended up giving him a little break. But he, you know, we got spoiled in that last game because he opened up and did it in like 4 minutes. So I was just kind of staying in the flames with him there. But still, this is only the 3rd time he's missed it in like 11 games. So it didn't go our way with that one. And then Siakam came out hot, man. He had like 24 fantasy points in the first half, and I was like, this is for sure gonna cash. And then he ended up falling short. He only went for 32. He did have 3 turnovers, but that didn't really keep us from hitting. He just didn't end up getting it done. He went for 32.4, and we took him for 39.5. And I was super pumped in the first half, thinking like, sweet, this is gonna cash. And no. So rough night out, but we'll bounce back. Maybe tonight's not the night for a big bounce back because I mean, like, I feel good about the plays we have, but I'm way more excited for Flex Friday. We have a monster slate again, so that's going to be a good one. What about you, Jordy, for the daily show?
Yeah, for the day recap, I didn't do too bad. I took Jalen Johnson's points for 15.5. He had a monster game. He went for 28. If you guys watched that game, it was nonstop scoring. I think it was like almost a 300-point game. It was just crazy. But I also took Aaron Nesmith for over 3.5 rebounds. I felt good about this one because he had just done it in the game before, and he had done it in like 6 games before that. But he went for 4, just 4. He got the last one right at the end, so it was a little sketchy. But I felt good about those 2. I felt really good about Zubac too, but honestly, they just didn't need him. They hit every shot. There wasn't a whole lot of rebounding on their sides. I think they had a total of like, they just barely had like double-digit offensive rebounds because they just were hitting every shot. But he only played 27 minutes and he had 3 rebounds, so we took him for over 9.5. They just didn't need him. I mean, Kawhi Leonard played like 42 minutes and everyone else played like over 38, and they just didn't play Zubac a lot because they went small and they scored everywhere. So it was just a good night for their scoring props, but unfortunate on that one. So
yeah, it's not like Nurk was taking his rebounds from him.
Yeah,
he didn't hit either. But yeah, guys. I mean, that was a rough day. I mean, we were. It shows you how good we were feeling about it. We put out 4 picks in the night show, and then 6 picks. We put out 10 picks, and it was a bad one, man. We got our butts kicked. But that happens sometimes, you know. That's why you want to make sure that you're kind of managing your. I think of it as sort of like a stock portfolio. You know, you want to make sure you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. You want to keep some of your stash for another day because stuff like this happens, and that's how you stay green on the year. You know, we're all about volume plays here. That's why we do a lot of 6-man slips because if you're getting a 25x and you're even hitting it once every 10 slips, you're staying in the green all year. You know. If you're consistent with your unit size, you know. So anyways, guys, let's have some fun with this one, and we're gonna have some fun with this slate, even though it's just a little 2-game slate, and then we are gonna really get after it for tomorrow. So yeah, definitely play some of these with caution as far as like not the plays that, I mean, use your own judgment, but if you're just if you're fiending to get into some plays tonight, just proceed with caution, especially in this Bucks Spurs game, because that's going to be very unpredictable minutes wise for a lot of these stars. So, all right, to get us started, I'm going to be going with a PRA prop, and I'm going to be taking where's he at here? I like Brandon Pajimski to go over 18.5 PRA. He's been pretty consistent with this. I really like this guy. He's a really good rebounder for a shooting guard. I'm going to be taking him for more. Hop over and take a look at this over under. We get a 235.5 over under with the Nuggets favored by 3.5. We'll see how this goes. The Warriors have been hard to predict lately. They don't look like themselves. They've been going through a lot of issues. But I do like the minutes that Pajemski's been getting and the opportunities, and he's been doing a lot with them. So I like him to go over this. If we take a look at what he's done over his last 10 games, at 18.5, he's gone over this 7 out of his last 10. A little bit of a difficult matchup, but I think that's going to play into him getting his opportunities. He's getting about 30 minutes a game over the last 10. And yeah, we do have a little bit of a difficult matchup, but I mean, it's difficult, but it's not like the scariest in the world. Like, we got 9th in points allowed to shooting guards, 10th in rebounds, and 8th in assists. So kind of all just barely on that side of like the better side of the league in this department. So I feel like he can go over this, especially with the consistency we've seen from him lately. So I like him to go over this tonight. That's going to be, actually, let's hop over to Daily Grind. If we take a look at Daily Grind, they have this at just under 53% odds to hit on the over. They have their odds set at a -129, and we got like -125 from DraftKings and from BetMGM. So this is kind of juiced to the over, nothing too crazy, kind of right in that sweet spot where we like it. But I do like him to go over this tonight. So I'm going to be taking him for more. And then my next play is going to be from the same team, and I'm going to be going points and rebounds, and I'm going to be taking Jonathan Kuminga. I like him to go over this 18.5 as well. He's gone for 25 in his last 2 games. We just looked at the over under. We have Denver favored by 3.5. But if we look at Kuminga here, yeah, he's like I said, 25 in the last 2 games with a decent amount of points and rebounds. And this matchup is better for him at the power forward position. They're 11th in points allowed to power forwards and 23rd in rebounds allowed. And if we look at his minutes, they've been kind of like trending back up again. 34 in that last game against Orlando. So averaging 27 minutes, I think he can get this done. His rebounds look good too if you wanted to just go with his rebounds. I think they were set at 5. Let me just double check. I like the points and rebounds for this, but yeah, they're set at 5, and that's pretty much his floor. So I almost took this. If you feel more comfortable with that, just take it. But I like him to get some minutes tonight. So I'm going to take the points and rebounds. And if we hop back over to Daily Grind, they've got this 52.8% odds to hit the over, also a -129. We actually have a BetMGM at -130, DraftKings at -125 for this to go over as well. So pretty much similar play as far as odds go. I'm feeling good about these two. I'll probably mix and match with some other plays. I really like Jordy's picks today. So yeah, take these if you'd like, fade them if you'd like. Just do your thing. We're just here to show you what we're getting into, guys. What about you, Jordy? What do you got for us, man?
Yeah, man. So to get into mine here, I'm going to be taking, first of all, a fantasy score prop, and I'm going to go with Tracy Jackson Davis's fantasy score. He's been awesome, man. I don't know why this guy's not getting 30 minutes at least a game. He's doing everything he's doing on like a very limited minute share here, so there is some caution on that side of things. But we're going to be taking his fantasy score for over 22.5. Obviously there's no like way to look up fantasy score on the apps we use in the videos, so I'm just going to show you his PRA and his blocks and steals here. But let's talk about his minutes first. So he's averaging, it says 19 minutes because of a couple of games where they've hacked his minutes, but over the last 10 games, he really only has like an 8-game sample here to go off of. So his minutes are a little shy because of that. But he's playing against Denver tonight, and the last time he played against Denver, they only gave him about 15 minutes, and he had 12 PRA in that game. He had 8 points and 3 rebounds, and his fantasy score, he came really close to hitting it even on just 15 minutes. So I think he'll get more minutes tonight. They've been giving him a lot more minutes, and he's been amazing. If you look at his PRA here, he's on one of these games, he played 24 minutes and he had 15 rebounds, 10 points, 3 assists. And if you look at his blocks and steals here, he's getting a lot of them. I mean, in that same game, he had 3 blocks with all those rebounds and stuff. So it's like he's getting plenty of production out of his minutes here. So they've been using him a lot more. So I feel really good about it. I looked up his fantasy score, and over the last 8 games, which is what he's played, he's gone over this 6 out of 8 games. So pretty good for him. I think they'll give him more minutes than they did in the last game, just because I think they're gonna need him tonight. I could be very wrong on that though. They might not play him a lot. Just take this one at, if you want to. His points are juiced to go over, so obviously they're expecting him to be productive. His rebounds are also juiced to go over, so I think he's gonna get plenty of minutes tonight. If he doesn't, it's just one of those Steve Kerr like meltdown moments where he just kind of doesn't want to play his young guys. But I think he will. He's been talking even about getting the younger guys more involved, because I think their year's kind of over with now at this point. So they're probably going to try to get these young guys going. So I'm going to be taking his fantasy score over. I feel really good about that one. And this next play, this is the only play I felt comfortable taking in the Spurs game. I wanted to give you guys something in this game, but I'm going to be taking Wembanyama for over 1.5 dunks. I know it's a random one, but he does dunk the ball a lot. I mean, it's not a myth or anything that this guy is a freak. Like, his length is crazy, and he dunks all the time. And he's actually, I looked it up, he's the most lob to player in the NBA right now. Like, they throw this guy lobs all the time, even when they shouldn't, and he just goes for it. So he does dunk the ball a lot. I couldn't find a stat on how many dunks per game he's getting, but I do know just from the eye test and seeing myself, I do know that this seems very, very doable for him. So I'm going to be rolling the dice on this one. I don't have any odds or anything on this one, but I do know on Tracy Jackson Davis. Let me look this one up, because I did see that they had on DG here. They had his fantasy score. Yeah, so his fantasy score is juiced over. It's almost a 52% to go over. So that one is juiced to go over. But yeah, I couldn't find anything on this Wemby Dunks one. It's just one that I feel really good about, and I could see him doing it. But this game has massive blowout potential, so just keep that in mind. There's probably, a 15-point spread on this one, I imagine. So just keep that in mind. Let me just go ahead and pull it up. 10? Okay, so yeah. So there's a huge blowout potential in this game. So just proceed with caution on that one, guys. But I feel really good about it. I think he could easily get that done. So that's the 2 I've got for tonight, man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna double check on this, but I believe Zach Collins is out tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's out tonight.
So that should make you feel a little bit better about Wembanyama as far as like minutes in a blowout. Yeah. And I'm gonna give you guys one more honorable mention here, because we gave you 3 Warriors, and that wasn't our intention. We don't like to go so heavy to just one team typically, but this board has just been rough. On top of a 2-game slate with one that's going to be hard to predict with a potential blowout, Prize Picks is just not giving us much to work with here. But if you want to take a look at this, it's not an official pick, but Trey Jones rebounds looks pretty good to me at 3.5. He's pretty much been getting 4 most of the time. So I'll be playing that over in a slip or 2. It's just a tough one, but we're going to ride through it, and we're going to still have fun watching the games. And I'm going to be getting into some DraftKings showdowns and whatnot. But if you ever wanted to take a night off, this isn't the worst slate to just give your brain a rest and get all psyched for Flex Friday tomorrow. But yeah, these are the 4 plays we're rolling with. If you're interested in checking out the tools from Daily Grind, their DFS optimizer that we use when we're looking for plays, and their correlation tool for NFL and NHL and CS2. They're really great tools. We've partnered up with them. They're giving all of our viewers 25% off if you use code BACKDOOR, one word. Just use that code and they will give you 25% off of any of their tools if you're a first-time user. And last thing, if you want to come check out our Discord, we'll be posting plays in there before the game. We've got 2 other analysts that already have plays posted for tonight. We've got Moose, who is literally the two-man maestro, is what I call him, because the dude posts 2-man slips every day and cashes on like 80% of them. So that he always just has the hedge bets for the community. If you want to make back at least what you're playing, that's your man. And so we'll be in there. There's a link in the description of the video for the Discord and for Daily Grind if you're interested in checking those out. But guys, have a great Thursday night, and we will catch you tonight and hopefully a loaded video for tomorrow's Flex Friday slate.
Good luck, guys.